Welcome to Trial by Podcast, the show where we rip the shit out of Game of Thrones, especially this week, because episode 9 was a great big pile of donkey shit. So, I'm Phil from Dorne, Illinois. Everyone else is here. Introduce yourself so we can get on to ripping this episode into thousands of tiny fucking pieces.
I'm Reverse Tim from Dorne, Illinois.
I'm Devin, Wandering Crow, also from Dorne, Illinois, and you're going to stay dead for centuries.
Stannis.
And our special guest,
It's Reverse Stannis.
Bill Clinton.
Yes, I am Bill Clinton, formerly known as Stannis, who is now dead because D&D. I'm sorry, I failed you.
Yeah, the man with about
You were the chosen one!
He has about as many names as Malcolm has pages. Hopefully Malcolm and Mckraken will be joining us. Shut the fuck up, Devin. Right. Hopefully Malcolm and Mckraken will be joining us at some point, although with them we can never tell. Little disclaimer, if you enjoyed this episode and you don't want to hear us shitting on it for an hour, you probably want to click away. Because there are very few redeeming qualities to this episode, if any.
But if you're going to do that, you're a pussy.
Haven't called you a pussy yet. Still, the power is still in your hands.
What?
Shut up or I'll burn you, okay?
I can't tell if he's talking to me or the audience at this point. But
just go on.
Right. So okay,
I was
Devin,
gonna jump right into this.
Jump right in. Just rip through that.
Ramsay is
summary.
basically from Assassin's Creed. Stannis does some villainy things. Jon and Thorne have a staring contest using their binocular eye implants. Look at all our clever foreshadowing that Thorne's part of For the Watch. Fuck off, Davos. You're not even here in the books. I, Sir Davos, am conveniently being sent away so that my king, Stannis Baratheon, won't have to listen to me yip while you're getting turned into Baratheon mignon. Arya is a sassy bitch to everyone, and Dorne tells her that if she keeps talking shit, she's gonna get hit. I'm shit at slapsies, but tell me I'm pretty, because that's how I establish my self-worth, because I'm a strong female character. One condition is about the closest thing to comic relief we're gonna get. Arya gets distracted by the white folk, and then probably mixed her vinegar with poison in her absent-minded sails to the brothel. The guy you saw outside IKEA with the white van and discount sausages and ice cream may actually be Sir Meryn, the gentlest pedo in Westeros. Kiss my hand and cry, that's how Dorne gets off. Love is the strongest type of magic, or some other Harry Potter bullshit. Oh, isn't that a cute conversation between Stannis and Shireen? I really like what they've been building their relationship this season. The roast of Shireen wasn't as funny as the roast of Justin Bieber. Dario decides that telling the King of Meereen he's wrong and a fool is sensible, and after a lot of approval for wise Dario, the person he's fighting for, or the person he bets on, gets decapitated. Jorah Maximus, however, goes full fucking Power Ranger. The throwing spear just behind the main character thing from every fucking movie ever. The Unsullied are basically stormtroopers. Jorah got his 7 kill streak without dying and called in the dragon. Drogon burns indiscriminately. And then we have the staple shitty CGI and horrible green screen of Game of Thrones. Cue dysentery, and let's call it a wrap.
Yeah. That was episode 9. It was an experience. So, do we want to work down the list of egregious things in this episode?
Are we going to talk about Stannis last?
Let's start with the least cringeworthy thing.
What was the least cringeworthy thing?
Arya?
Probably Arya. Although
Arya, even though we had pedo.
And how much for your little clam?
Don't tell me you just started.
Yes, Mckraken, we have started.
Introduce yourself, Mckraken.
Hi. Sorry, it's Mckraken. I was about to start, but then I just watched the episode less than an hour ago, you see, and I just had a really bad case of diarrhea. So, yeah.
And PTSD.
Yeah, so I just got back from the bathroom after I nearly vomited out my insides, because that episode was a fucking pile of fucking shit!
This is the first episode he's watched fully, since season 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the thing is, we've all had this immunity to, D&D's writing building up slowly. He hasn't.
So that's why I was just on the toilet with diarrhea.
Rest in pieces.
Basically. Okay,
I'm not kidding when I say that. It actually just happened.
Right, okay.
We don't need to know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, there's a whole lot of things we don't need to know about your insides and what's coming out of them. So yeah, we'll start with Arya, because it was probably the least egregious thing in this episode. I mean, it wasn't that shit. Like, it was just more of the same.
Yeah, you said it. Well, it's
What was
her
screaming?
stalking abilities were fucking terrible. Like,
Yeah.
she was
Here's the
standing
thing.
right out in the open, like
Why didn't she just
looking
drop
right
her
at them.
carts and follow them?
Well, Meryn definitely knows that it's her. And that is basically just the Arya preview chapter for the 6th book.
I kind of thought he just didn't turn her in because he's like, "You owe me. Now suck my pedophile."
I thought he was gonna fuck her right there.
Fuck her right in the pussy. Well, that's what.
Well,
Actually,
well,
it was.
stats.
It's fuck her right in the clam. Actually,
Yeah, a little clam.
what was she yelling though when she was wheeling that cart around? Like,
Oysters, clams, and cockles.
Oyster clam and cockles.
I kept thinking she was saying like oysters, clams, and cuckolds.
Oh,
Oh, for God's sake! What is with you the word cuckold?
No, seriously, it sounded like she was yelling cuckold the whole time.
Cockles.
Oysters, clams, and cockles!
It was annoying. It grated on my ears after.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, it does great.
because it was the second episode when she'd done it, and it just
She did it in the second episode.
no, she did it in the episode 8, was it?
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maisie Williams, the guest star.
With the
Bella
vinegar.
and Bulldocks.
Well, we had that large fucking discussion about whether it was vanilla or vinegar.
I thought about writing that into the joke this week, but I decided against it.
Shame.
Just because he didn't ask for vinegar this week, he didn't even get his musselled clams or cockles.
I was gonna do,
oysters.
because I made the joke because I thought it looked like she probably would have, like, confused her fucking poison, because she just put it in the pouch and then never used it. I thought she would forget about it and just poison everybody in the brothel. So I was gonna joke that she was like vanilla/vinegar mixed with poison.
But no, yeah, her stalking ability, like, she was just standing there staring at them as they got off the dog.
Did they
And
need
then-
to make Meryn a pedophile?
Well, I think it's because they're making
the
him into
preview-
Raph the Sweetling, and
Yeah,
Raph
in
the
the
Sweetling
preview
is a
chapter.
paedophile. Because he, like, hits on Arya, or Mercy, rather.
Yeah, but you don't actually see him about to rape little girls.
In the preview chapter,
He was about to fuck Arya.
But not, like, a random trafficked child.
She was really disturbingly. She looked disturbingly young. I just want to say that.
At least she didn't look like Shireen.
Imagine if, like, when she came out, he just said too old again.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh wow. That was
and
dark.
just like he just goes out and just plucks one up from the breast. Someone's like breastfeeding their kid and he takes it.
That's an image I want to get out of my head immediately.
I didn't hear any of that.
I said, like, imagine when the, like last one came out, like, the little girl came out, and he just said too old again.
No, please no.
Yeah. Just
When I was watching that scene, I could barely see it. Just brightness was so low, and I didn't turn it up till later. But when the second woman came out, like I was like, oh, because it seemed like Meryn took longer to say too old, and I was like, oh, is that the child prostitute? Because it looks like almost exactly as old. So what the fuck?
like the one before the child was about what 16, 17? Like
I'd say about Santa's age, probably.
yeah. Like
But
Why were they so reluctant to sell him one of the child prostitutes,
Because
considering the fact that they
like-
do child prostitution?
I don't.
and the fact that they would have a fresh one for him tomorrow.
No, I
Jesus.
genuinely don't think that they like had them on offer. I think they were just like, we can't refuse this guy
Black Friday.
because this is
This
fucking.
isn't Littlefinger's brothel. This is Bravos, a decent city, a decent establishment too. Like,
Like
If
that-
only
she was probably just a
Barristan-
girl in training. She was probably just a girl in training, maybe.
What do you think Barristan would have done to Meryn Trant if he knew about this shit?
So Barristan.
Yeah.
Barristan would have cut his head off in about half a second.
Yeah.
What if his king commanded him not to?
Barristan would have gone, fuck the king, and cut his head off anyway.
Yeah.
No,
Varys
Sam
would-
Clegane.
I don't know. Barristan never killed Aerys, despite all the disagreements he had with what Aerys was doing.
Well, but Meryn Trant is an heiress. Meryn Trant is a cunt.
Jamie or Sandor would have killed Meryn Trant. Not necessarily Barristan, I don't know.
Does this mean that fucking Meryn Trant's been fucking kids all over Westeros the entire time? Like, that we just never know?
Oh, actually,
Fucking them for centuries.
The sweetest gentleman in Westeros, my ass.
Do you reckon
No, the sweetest gentleman in Westeros has a convincing argument. Meryn has secretly just been going undercover as an agent. He's taking these children, and then he's taking them out of Braavos back to Westeros to live in the Red Keep in safety and harmony. He's not actually.
Did they just
raping them,
upload that?
Just pretending.
Stop giving him ideas, Mckraken.
No, they haven't uploaded that, but they.
You're implying
that's a
that
good
he
idea.
watches this.
Because otherwise, how else are they going to spin that? Like,
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Meryn Trant works for CIA.
I want, this is a dark thought, but what if, like, when Arya presumably goes in next episode as, like, a prostitute, he says, okay, take her through him, and just, like, opens a box and just pulls out her, like, the wooden sword from her training and says, let's begin, and cuts to black.
Oh, shit.
50 Shades of Mary.
I'm not
Meryn.
sure how to take what you just said. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to assume that Syrio has killed Meryn and became him, or if I'm supposed to assume that he's going to shove that up her clam.
Wait. So this means that, like, if Meryn is Syrio, right, that means he beat Sansa,
Yeah.
and that means he's been fucking kids.
Yeah.
Well, what about the theory that Jack
Syrio is not the good guy we thought he was.
What about the
Maybe that's what Syrio was trying to do with Aaron, like...
It's
you know,
not
get-
Syrio. Hey, you fucking idiots! It's not Syrio Pharrell. It's Silvio.
Syrio is
Oh, yeah,
Jaqen. Syrio is Jaqen.
Syrio is not Jacket.
Yeah, the theory that Syrio is just a faceless man, which would provide merit to him being Mary Meryn.
Dario is Euron. Benjen is...
No, Euron was the girl that Mary Meryn took with him. Haven't you heard the theory that Euron's the dusky woman?
You made me spit out my tea. Fucking hell.
Why were you drinking tea, you fucking pleb?
Because we're English,
I'm
that's
a
what
British
we do.
man.
Yeah, and you're a pleb.
It's alright. Phil's the only Canadian that people don't like.
Yeah.
Mckraken. I'm not a Canadian.
Yeah,
I
Mckraken.
just want to establish that.
We're in the Commonwealth, you and I.
So are we about done with Arya's
Bitter fuck.
oysters, clams, and cockles?
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Yeah, we're done with
Alright.
Arya, and so
If we
will
stay here
Meryn
any
next
longer,
week.
it's just going to keep getting darker and more depraved.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
all
I
we
have
could do.
I have to come up with dark humor to get over this fucking episode.
Do you want to do Dawn? I think Dawn's a good place to go.
Yeah, Dorne wasn't that...
Dawn was shit.
It was shit, but it was
It was
shit because it was mediocre. It wasn't shit because it was offensive.
Well, actually, if we're going to get progressively worse, should we talk about fucking Jon first? Because Jon wasn't as bad as Dawn.
Okay, yeah. Why the fuck is Jon on the other side of the wall and not on fucking Eastwatch by the Sea?
Yeah, I know,
Because
I was gonna
can't
say that.
read, and they can't...
D&D
get
don't know
their-
the fucking geography. That's
D&D
why.
dropped grade 11 geography.
Yeah.
Well, we know
Grade
that. We know that
I'd
because
say they
Ash,
dropped grade 1 geography.
Ash is able to sail around fucking Westeros.
Oh yeah, Asha.
Who? You mean Yara?
Oh yeah.
I'm not
Yara.
going to call her Yara.
That's not a name.
I'm not gonna call her Yara.
By executive order of the President Bill Clinton, I hereby
And the fact
sentence you to death if
and
you
the
say
fact that-
Yar again.
And the fact that Littlefinger can pretty much is a speedster, he can just get to places really quickly.
It's like a 2-month-long journey.
Why is Bill Clinton being brought up though?
Because I am Bill
I mean, he's a
Clinton.
speedster.
Because
Is it
it's
just
Scott.
me or is Meryn Trant the Bill Clinton of Westeros?
No, I said he's the Jimmy Savile of Westeros.
We're calling it Stannis Bill Clinton because it's his Skype name and picture. To establish that.
And because Stannis
And
now-
because Stannis is dead to us.
Yeah, Stannis is
just
dead
like
to
Bill
us.
Clinton.
No.
So we're trying to say just
Not
like
book
Bill
Stannis.
Clinton.
We still love you, book Stannis, but show Stannis. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, because
so
Brooke
sorry.
Stannis can hear you apologize to him, can't he?
Shut the fuck up, Devin. I'm gonna like.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
He knows.
I'm gonna go all fucking Meryn Trant with a wooden sword on you in a second.
You shoved up my clam?
Just
Yeah.
show Stannis right
I am.
before he...
Hilt first.
Thanks.
What's Mckraken saying? Can't hear
Show
him.
Stannis a break before he bends.
No, obviously not.
He just bent.
No, he bent. He just bent. He bent over and took it in the ass. Like
Yeah.
Alright.
Didn't even have to drop the soap.
He took it in his clam, actually.
Because he took Arya's needle. So do you think Brienne's gonna kill him in episode 10?
Yes, for gay rights and girl power, obviously.
What?
Well, Renly
Renly
was
was
gay,
gay.
so obviously killing Stannis is revenge, and it's in the name of gay pride.
That's a good step of mental.
What if they keep Stannis alive for season
So,
6 and give him
that's
a
some
rape scene?
logical acrobatics right there.
Yeah, like... You're flipping all over the place with that logic, but okay, cool.
Do you see D&D giving Stannis a rape scene?
No.
Yes.
Yes, it will be the fight. Like, well, actually, no. I think was tonight the final nail in the coffin for Stannis.
No,
Stannis.
Stannis
The
was trying
final
to kill
needle
Sandra
in the clam.
and Cersei at the same time.
Yeah, he'll...
And he'll order his
Cersei.
men to cut their heads off when he's
Cersei!
done. Selyse.
Selyse.
Soz. I
Yeah,
forgot her
he'll
name.
rape Melisandre.
It's a nice.
Good times.
I mean, sure, we saw how, like, how much he wanted to bang her in that tent scene in, like, episode 8. So, like, obviously he's gonna rape her. It's just gonna happen.
Anyway, are we going to carry on talking about Jon?
It's not
Sorry,
rape,
yeah.
it's gonna become consensual.
Can you blame him
Stannis Baratheon does not fuck Melisandre, he rapes her lore. I thought you knew that.
No, it becomes consensual.
No, well, yeah.
Moving back to Jon and Thorne's little standoff.
Yeah, like,
where it
they're
doesn't
just-
make any
I-
fucking sense.
Jon and Thawns enough.
Fawn, yeah, he would. Alistair Fawn
Yeah, Fawn.
by the Reverse Flash.
Should have said Thorn, it sounded like Thawne.
Thorne's
Anyway, yeah, like,
standoff.
because I thought Jon was about to yell like "Forward, open the gate," and I was gonna think like, how the fuck can Jon even see that there's someone up there?
I thought they were gonna have a conversation yelling back and forth, and I was kind of worried about that because it looked like it would be fucking stupid.
Maybe they just send messages up
Maybe
and
Maybe he
down
could climb up on
the bucket.
one's shoulder and yell up to Thorn.
There's no way that Jon could Alistair Fawn could recognize Jon at that distance.
If he was on 1-1, he could.
No, even if he was on 1-1.
What if Jon just sits on Tormund's member and lets Tormund grow hard?
And then Jon just gets pushed up to the top. He's like, hello?
No, he'll be impaled before that happens.
No,
Yeah, and
he'd
then-
be above the wall. He'd be like into space.
It'd be consensual.
It is consensual. They both agree to it in order to get Jon within speaking distance of Alistair Thorne.
Yeah, and then they let the fucking wildlings through the wall, and Jon has a little chat with Sam about
Yeah,
I don't know bollocks. Oh yeah, and like Jon doesn't even tell them about the fucking White Walkers.
Yeah, basically.
Like
Yeah, it's just like, lol.
That might have improved his credibility a little. Just saying.
yeah, I know. Like he just
Well,
no,
he
doesn't even
did
fucking
say
mention
like
it.
that he couldn't save everybody, that they all died. So I assume that he told somebody somewhere or
He probably
something.
told Sam. I
He probably told that just Sam, just the guy who trusts him anyway, not the other people who are thinking about fucking
Well,
killing him. at the moment.
There was no
trust
time
him.
there. They had to roast the princess. No time for such trivial manners. That was just no time
Well,
for that.
like the oncoming ice apocalypse. Trivial matters.
That's pretty trivial.
Yes, for D&D, it's trivial.
I just did Jon even provide any sort of reason as to why the wildlings were there? Or did he just say, "Oh, I brought them for the hell of it"?
Well, he went on a mission.
Well, he said
to
in the
get
previous episode that like, oh, would you rather have them or like more to the army of the dead or something like
I
that?
think he should have repeated that because it looks like all of them had forgotten.
Well, they all looked like they were like Ollie like
Oh, I think a right little
I
cunt, didn't he?
told you, Ollie's a little
He's like throwing a fit.
sucker who needs to be thrown into a black
Ollie
cell
looked like he
and
was about
gelded.
to like just pull out his little bow again and shoot Jon.
Ollie is a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Jon looks like he's gonna get a
Dave
little
Hill is a
smirk.
fucking shitbag.
Maybe this is why Jon is doing it, just to piss off Ollie, because Ollie killed Egret.
Oh,
Fucking, I like that. We got you, George.
yeah.
We got
No, we got you D&D.
D&D need to stop giving Ollie roles in the story.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
like,
he's
if
really
just-
Ollie ends up
It's literally
being the one
just
to
circle
kill-
jerking Dave Hill.
If Ollie ends up being the one to fucking kill Jon, like when he's just an OC character, it's just
I hope they rape him after Jon is dead.
Oh, you
Dark.
can't.
whoa.
Whoa,
Right, I hope he gets sent to
dark,
Meryn.
Dark. Wow.
I hope
Wow.
Meryn rapes him with his bow.
This is getting a bit too dark.
Listen,
Yeah,
man,
I
don't
hope he
think
gets.
we
I
can
hope he
get
gets
away
sent
with
to that brothel in Bravos.
This
when Meryn
isn't
is
too
dead.
dark. It's free speech, you communist shit.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's free speech, you communist shit.
I'm not even going to begin to try and get into that argument.
You're not even going to edit it
move
out
on.
either.
No, I'm not going to edit out that one because.
Alright, so Dorne.
And then-
no, sorry. Hang on. What do you reckon was worse, Dany's storyline or Dawn?
Danny's.
Was worse?
No, Dawn.
It was kind of funny, like the video game sequences and Jorah's Power Rangers role.
At least Daenerys' stuff was interesting to watch.
But what about that CGI?
It was
Okay,
bad.
we're
Okay, should we
doing
talk about
Daenerys.
Dawn first?
No, do Daenerys first because that was
Okay.
everyone seems to be concurring that it was better than the.
No, I want to do Dorne first and leave
Yeah.
Daenerys.
For fuck's sake! Okay, then don't start saying
I
how
think
good the
Daenerys is
dragon
better
pit
than Dorne,
was.
so I don't know.
Let's do Dawn first.
All right,
Fine,
Be quick.
are we democratic? Should we vote
No.
on it?
no, we're not. I'm saying we're doing
No,
Dawn, so we're
you
going to do
communist
Dawn.
shit.
Yeah, of course you're bitter over democracy because they chose me to open up the episode last week, Phil, you cynical fuck.
That was,
To be
that
fair,
was
I
cool.
voted negatory on that one. I didn't want
Never
that.
do my only ally. Thank you for that being my ally. Right, so Ilaria is a sassy bitch to fucking everyone. She's just like, fuck you. And like, as a bastard whose only link to any kind of social standing is her head crushed ex-husband.
Her head
Sorry,
crushed Christian Grey.
No, sorry. Head crushed ex-paramour, not even a legally binding marriage.
Uh-huh. Precisely.
How is she allowed to do this shit?
For the same
Well,
reason
like,
Dario's
well-
allowed to talk shit at his star.
I was going to say that, but fucking.
But you weren't
it's because-
fast enough.
No,
Yeah,
not
I
fast
had a little
enough, Flash.
Two of you continue to talk about Song of Ice and Fire, not
But-
Flash. Thank
Or
you.
Game of Thrones.
We're
It's
closer
not
to Song of Ice and Fire than D&D.
What was I going to say? But it's to be fair, it's because bastards have more free reign in Dawn.
I don't
Well,
have
but
that
what-
much free reign.
what gives her leverage in the Dornish court? She's the wife of.
Plot armor.
She's the paramount of Oberyn, who's dead. She has no standing, no nothing. She's there basically.
Well,
of
you
Dorne's
can argue in the
goodwill.
books. You can argue in the books what standing did the Sand Snakes have? But they have.
They were in league with Arianne. They were her,
They weren't in league with Arya.
Well, they're kind of like the
weren't they?
heiresses
No,
of.
They got
Oberyn.
locked up before Arya hatched her plan.
Right. Okay.
Well, but Laria is was not even married to Oberyn. She's no ties to the family. Whereas the Sand Snakes, at least Oberyn's offspring.
Actually, yeah, that's a fair point.
So that gives him more leverage than Ilaria, who has none at all, basically.
Well,
Right
maybe
now.
Doran's just pussy whipped.
Yeah, basically.
Nah, because Doran, when she was like, you can't walk because you don't have a spine, he was like, well, I like my nieces, and I hope you have a long life, but say that again, and you won't.
Well,
That's
I like
because
that.
she
I like
triggered
that.
Pretty fucking cool. That was a pretty good line. Alexander Siddig has been working his ass off this season.
I think it was
No,
just
like-
because she triggered him by bringing up his cripple status.
Overall, the
Fucking ableist scum.
Triggered his spiny PTSD, eh?
Moving on.
It's in his feet, it's gout, not his fucking
I
spine.
was going to say, because if you look at the preview for the next episode, Dawn doesn't seem to appear at all. So
Thank God.
it seems like the Dawn plotline has actually ended.
Hooray!
Right. So
Solving no big
it
problems
served
at all.
no fucking purpose at all. What has changed because of the Dawn plotline?
Marcella and
Nothing.
Tristan are going back to King's Landing, and that is it.
Tristan is going to assume the position of Oberyn on the small council.
So Tristan's not
when it
going
was
to be
fuck-
getting burnt.
He's going
Yeah.
to sit at the kids' table with
No.
Tristan is going. Tristan is sitting in the fucking council instead
He's
of
sitting at the kids'
Nymeria.
table with Meryn supervising.
Was it Nymeria who was sitting on the council in the book? I think it was Nymeria.
No,
Quentin's
Tyne.
story is way
Tyne.
more interesting anyway, and
No,
he's
I
not
swear
even there.
I swear
Wait.
Tyne... I know all three of them were going, but I swear Tyne was becoming a scepter.
Yeah, wait, I've confused that. Yeah, Tyne is going to go infiltrate the Seven, and Name is taking the place of the council. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I don't know why they've given that position to fucking Tristan.
Because they need to give him something.
They really
Just
don't.
be-
Continue
I kind of get the
this.
feeling that Dave Hill came up with the idea of making Tristan the heir to Sunspear because he's getting circle jerked so much that it.
They
could
want
be-
Tristan to do something other than look good and fuck Marcella.
Yeah, and continue the romance, because if he didn't get the spot, they couldn't parade him around anymore. That's probably the point of this. I wouldn't be
Just because-
surprised either way.
You might not see Dorne in the episode 10 trailer, but it doesn't mean it won't appear. I mean, what about
hope.
you don't hurt little girls in Dorne? All that time D&D were like, haha, the book readers think it's Darkstar, but we're gonna make it Alaria because we're creative.
The Bright Star.
God. But no, like,
The
and then they had
parents-
They just ended it with fucking Braun the hilarious sidekick trademark.
Yeah.
Getting
Cheeky
fucking
banter, mate.
getting cheeky banter with him getting like elbowed in the face by Arya by the big nigger.
Listen, I was thinking
I
about
can't
saying
believe just-
I was thinking about saying that earlier, and then I was like, you know what? For Phil's sake, I'm not gonna say it on the show.
Fine, fucking edit it
Take
out.
your privilege.
Please edit that out.
I might put a beep in. Like, I might actually do the censor beep. Like, just, like...
Is that gonna be the first beep in Trial by Podcast? history?
Yeah, it will be.
Wow.
No, absolutely not.
I don't even care. I'm not politically correct. I don't pretend to be. I
So
don't
what if
give a
we all
fucking
just
shit.
scream that word over and over again?
I will edit that out. Like,
Oh no,
I
that
have quite a lot. I have a fair amount of power over this, like, with my post.
Anyway, yeah, like
You have no
Okay,
power
One
here.
nigger never heard anyone, okay? Just
anyway,
just
just
think-
so let's fucking start it again. So like it will make it easier.
Okay, we'll just edit it out.
So yeah, like they had like Braun the hilarious sidekick trademark,
Yep.
making a fucking cheeky banter. Where he gets fucking elbowed in the face by the
Execution.
by the big buddy,
African American.
by the big
By the big guy.
by the big guy,
For
The
you.
big
For you.
African.
By Arya Hota, for fuck's sake.
and then
He has a
and then like
name.
and then they make a fucking dumb line about soup. That's it. They end the fucking scene.
Yeah, what's
And
the line about
possibly the Dawn plotline.
I think it's because his teeth got smashed in.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Bravo, D&D. Bravo.
They end the fucking Dawn, like, possibly the Dawn plotline if there's no continuation next week on a fucking comic relief note.
At least Arya
The
Hota.
entire thing's been comic relief, Tim.
And then, like, they had the fucking Sand Snakes playing slapsies. What the
Yeah, and
fuck?
then one of them called the other
Yeah,
one a
what
slut.
was that?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, D&D?
It kind of sounds like another sequel to the Beatles scene, except the hands represent the Beatles and the slapping represents the rocks.
What does the sluts represent?
Yeah.
Orson's sounds. that he
Why do you do a
moans.
deep analysis of this, like the guy did the Christian analysis of the Dark Knight Rises scene?
That
I'll
guy
write
took
a
a lot of
5,000
time.
word essay on this.
I don't have that time.
I
Wait.
do.
What is this Dark Knight analysis? Did I miss?
We'll send it to you later.
Alright.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, and then they have like Ilaria breaking down, crying over fucking Dorne, like because it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you unless you swear allegiance to me, and then that's it. That's literally it. Like, waste of a fucking plotline.
So do you see her cutting off Marcella's ear?
No. No.
He doesn't believe in third chances, so no.
Or what if she just runs away from Dorne and then goes to the wall? Like Locke.
Ball.
Yeah, like Vargo Hote, aka Locke.
Yeah. So she's gonna go from the hottest climate she could be in to the coldest.
Full of
Yeah, because at
rapists
the
and
wall she'll be
lazy
the
murderers.
hottest girl around.
And then she'll get raped. That's
By
how things.
Meg the Mighty and Donal Noy.
One's not there. Neither is Mag the Mighty.
One's there. So
Yeah, but Meg the Mighty could always come back as a white.
you're a faggot. They burned him.
Well, the
Yeah,
ashes can be brought back as white.
No, can't.
Don't even talk to me about ashes today.
This is Game of Thrones. They could D&D could do anything they want.
Don't remind me.
my point precisely.
So ashes can become whites.
Fuck you.
Blacks become whites? Is that what I just heard?
What is, like, the range distance that the Night King has to raise his hands to bring back whites?
Oh, what, the AoE on his resurrection spell?
Yeah, like, I was just thinking, like, imagine if he could, like, reach all the way out to the Battle of Blackwater and just lift his hands and have all these whites behind
So
the
he can
wall
do
of
it in
King's Landing.
time and space. What kind of an epic spell is that?
The spell of Speed Force.
I was gonna say that.
Well, it's like...
But you weren't fast enough, Flash. I'm always one step ahead.
Right, so are we
carrying
done
on.
with Dawn? Yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I've been done with Dawn for centuries.
Right. Daznak's pit, is that... Daznak's? Whatever the fuck
It's
it's
not,
called.
it's not that fucking hard. Alright,
The
carry on.
Sons of the Harpy level.
Sons of the Herpes?
Yeah, it's...
Sons of the
Jorah's
Harpies.
1v1.
No, it was Attack of the Clones in the fucking Jedi.
Oh,
Pit.
shit, it
It's one of
was.
those.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
That's Attack of the Clones.
No, that's like they're far too competent to have been stormtroopers.
No, but I'm just
To have been
thinking of that.
clone-troopers.
I'm just thinking of that
Sorry.
scene where, like, they're trying to run, like, through those doors out of the arena, and then other doors open up and all these harpies rush out, and it looks like how in a video game where, like, a door opens and all these enemies just rush out.
It's like all the battle droids come in, and then they form a circle with all the Jedi in the middle,
Yeah.
and then and then instead of the gunship Yoda coming in, it's Drogon, like around the survivor perimeter creates.
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful.
It was fucking Attack of the Clones.
It was silly. But the whole video game sequence was amusing.
It was actually pretty entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but it was also silly, like Jorah's Power Ranger acrobatics.
Jorah, like, got completely fucked by a guy who was basically just using, like, a rapier. Like, come on, buddy. You probably thought...
He
this
was
kind of
getting
shit
pretty
before.
hard fucked by Big Rig back there, too, before he fought little fucking queer boy with the rapier.
Yeah,
Well, you know
why
how
did
D&D feel about rapiers.
Why did it became consensual?
What, rape ears?
Wow.
Your ears just remind me of rape, and they're triggering me.
I'm stretching.
I think
I'm
my
stretching
ears
that
are
bit.
raped every time Amelia Clark speaks in her Daenerys voice.
No, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
No.
Yeah, it is an
okay,
exaggeration
okay.
because there's a difference between rape and consensuality. And it wasn't rape, it became consensual. So yes, I was exaggerating and I apologize for that, Phil. Are you happy now?
Check your privilege. Check your privilege. Now.
No.
No,
Yes.
let's stop. I'm not maneuvering these political waters. So just let's move.
Why don't
back
you
to
just
Game of
edit
Thrones,
out
please.
those political waters?
Okay, so they
Okay.
get surrounded, Dragonlance, and
Oh, hold on,
Daenerys
back it
goes...
Yeah, we got the clap and Dario and Emilia Clarke's like.
Every time Amelia goes to clap, her hands look so dainty, it makes me want to cry. And then it took her like 5,000 years to do it. It was just a very frustrating experience. And then Dario was like, "Shut your mouth," to the King of Meereen. And they had another part where Dario was all like, "Oh, I really know what fighting is like, and the quick guy, he's gonna be the Windrar." And then he got fucking decapitated while everyone was not watching the fight and being too busy bitching about the fight to actually watch
It's
it.
almost like Dario didn't watch the Mountain and the Viper fight each other.
Okay, well, let's be fair here. Oberyn won the fight.
He's Benjen Stark. How could he not have made his way down to watch that duel?
Just
Because
Tywin Lannister
Benjen's
got
beyond
poisoned.
the wall.
Benjen's goals are beyond my understanding.
Yes.
Alright, basically it's because Tywin Lannister got poisoned. That's it. That's all. That's why he couldn't.
But no, how the hell can Dario fucking like say "shut your mouth" to the King of Meereen?
Because
Because
he's
banging
like a
Daenerys
lion.
I
Banging
just
down.
said logic that allows Arya to be a bitch in Dorne's presence. Maybe.
It's
Fucking
because
why?
Daenerys wants the dick pretty hard.
Yeah. That is basically it. Because they were just having this, like, they were having a little gang up session on Hisdar. Like, lol, look, you've never fought in a pit before. You've never fought. Haha, you're such a weakling.
And I was like,
who's never been in
I was
a
like,
fight in her life.
yeah, literally when she was like in the pit, surrounded, while all these people were trying to save her, and she was just there being useless. I was like, neither have
And
you.
holding Missandei's hand.
Yeah,
That's not
so
useless.
I'm not sure what I'd rather they'd done, just not that.
Yeah, like, I understand what they were going for, but it looked just so stupid with them just standing there.
It would have been awesome if Missandei was just getting pulled down by Sons of the Harpy, and then Daenerys just takes out a hatchet and cuts off her hand like Rick does in The Walking Dead.
That would have been...
The Sons of the Harpy are not fucking zombies. It wouldn't
No, they're not zombies, because in D&D's world, any chance for rape must be taken.
I don't know what
rape,
you're
it became-
implying there, but I don't want to know, frankly.
Yeah, actually.
He's implying that Missandei gets raped by the Sons of the Harpy.
No, I'm implying that if D&D had the opening, they would have Missandei get raped by the Sons of the Harpy.
Lovely.
Please.
Moving swiftly on.
Search your feelings.
The-
You know it to be
The
true.
fucking CGI of the fucking dragon flying away was shit.
Yeah.
It looked like something out of an old B movie, like with Daenerys top it. It was like you know, in those old movies where they have like fucking, if they're in a moving vehicle like a car or a plane, and they have like the moving, they're not actually on a road or anything. They have like
the green screen in the back.
not a green screen, like a scroll. They have the scrolling background.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It looked so stupid.
It did.
Well,
I think they wasted all their fucking budget on Hard Home.
That's
Well, would you
Actually,
rather...
I wouldn't necessarily say that
actually, when we're at that,
wasted.
someone suggested that because of Hard Home, Shireen had to be burned because there was no money for an actual big battle in the snow like there's going to be in the books in the Crofters Village, so that's why they did it.
But why couldn't they have just done the big battle to open Season 6 like it's gonna open Winds of Winter?
I don't know, because D&D are fucking stupid, maybe?
Because then they have no season 6 money.
What if D&D actually know what they're doing and all of us are just retarded?
I thought about that many
And
times.
the characters aren't consistent. They don't make logical decisions. They're fucking plot holes in the show.
Their
The
goals are
geography doesn't
beyond
make
your
sense.
understanding.
Yes.
I don't give a shit what their goals are.
I don't, because I don't understand what they're fucking doing. I don't
They're trying
understand
to
it.
do shock value and rape to get more money and views.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's because other people have said this before. You read fucking George R. R. Martin's book. There's foreshadowing. There's like lots of setup for all the different arcs. The show's not like that. It doesn't have the same setup. It's just shock. Like the Red Wedding doesn't have the same kind of setup. Like in the book, when you read it, you can there is a sense like when they first get to the twins that something is off. Like there's a sense of like something bad is going to happen. Like the sense of
Yeah,
foreboding.
the Red Wedding was still awesome.
The Red Wedding was still good in the show, but
It would have been shit.
Comparative
It would have.
distance.
If the Red Wedding happened in Season 4, mark my words, it would have been shit. But luckily it happened in Season 3.
Yeah. Well,
Not. I don't necessarily agree. Like season 4 are good points. Like,
Season 4 was a train wreck.
Season 4 was the breaking point.
I
The real
disagree
breaking
about that,
point.
but
No,
that's
Season
not.
4 could have been incredible.
Yeah.
It really could have been.
I disagree, but that is a topic for another time.
Why do you disagree?
It's a topic for another time.
We're making
Mckraken.
good time, though, so just tell me why you disagree.
I feel that it had no, like, significantly, like, both season 3 and 4 are about level pegging in my mind, because they both have some absolutely abhorrent, like, deviations in the book that just suck. But they also have some really good moments.
Seasons 1
I
and
can't
2 were
remember. There
good,
was
in
some
my
pretty bad
opinion.
shit.
3 was still good, but then 4 came and was the breaking point. Now look at this.
Because
And this is
we
bullshit.
didn't get weasel soup, but the alternative was actually pretty entertaining.
That was season...
Season 2.
That was season 2.
Wasn't
Season 2. Weasel Soup happened in Clash Game.
Wait, about Season 4, were we even on the same page? Because I was just saying that I find that the climax of The Storm of Swords and just the second half is like the highest point of the series, and that had all those things been adapted correctly, it would have been just outstanding. Was that what you were disagreeing with?
I was disagreeing with your assertion that season 4 was significantly worse, than season 3.
Oh yeah, no, I was
consider
just
them relatively level.
yeah. Sorry, I thought you were disagreeing with my statement that season 4 could have been just outstanding if done properly.
No, but all of the seasons could have been as outstanding as season 1 if they'd fucking adapted it properly. So
Pretty much.
you know,
Well, I mean, season 4 did better in terms, like, because season 3 had too many episodes where they forced every single character arc into it.
But it didn't have fan fiction.
Yeah,
did
but
that.
after season 3, they dedicated episodes to 2 or 3 characters at a time. It seemed like.
That was a better decision, like, because you covered more, right, rather than having like 2 minutes for each character, which is why I said the season 3 finale was one of the worst episodes, because they forced every fucking character into it, and to try and give each of them a stupid, like half-handed conclusion, which just
Did you find season 3 didn't move along quickly enough, didn't get enough storyline covered?
Yes and no. I think they should have spent more time with Rob, because Daenerys got more screen time than Rob and Catelyn, which is fucking.
But it was her
Like,
season of
have you-
badassery.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Have you seen that one chart where basically all the characters get like the 15 minutes of screen time, and the rest just Dany, who had like 2 hours, Tyrion 1.5, and
No,
everyone else.
No, it was Tyrion. It was
Jon.
Dany didn't have 2 hours.
Oh,
Tyrion had the
almost
most, then it
2
was Dany. Tyrion had the most, then it was Dany. That was season 3.
Do you
No.
recall that back up to season 3, if you looked at where Stannis was, he had like less screen time than almost everyone. Like even Ross had more screen time than he did.
Yeah. It was disgusting, but not
What about
as disgusting
John?
as-
Johnny boy.
he was probably still up there.
John was like 15 minutes, I think. More, maybe.
Should have been more. Moving back to season 5, episode 9. I know it's not the nicest topic to talk about, but it is what we're meant to be talking about.
Well, this is
Um,
kind of relevant.
It's not
Well, we are. We're
relevant.
discussing how the show is like.
This was it really fits in better in an episode like discussing the entire season than it does in a episode about a
We're
specific
basically
episode.
ready to talk about the rape, right?
Yeah, but we have to all agree to talk about that.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
everybody
here
needs
for, so
consent.
let's get to it.
Does everybody consent?
Alright. Do we
No, wait,
each
well,
want to do
before that, we
I
have the
don't
scene at the beginning.
consent.
The scene.
Oh yeah. Davos and
Well, no, I mean like. Ramsay's.
Oh, sorry,
fucking
Ramsay's.
Assassin's
Ramsay's
Creed.
men just pour oil in the middle of the night on all the tent, and the
tent
Baratheon guardsmen
spontaneously-
don't notice anything, and suddenly everything bursts into flame, and the 20 good men and the fucking legend swoop through the camp and burn everything, and nobody.
Yeah, and you don't see a
nobody does
single
shit.
one of them.
Hey, I have a good question.
Yeah.
Would 20 good men be enough to make season 5 good?
No.
No. They
Not
made it
at all.
like it's so dumb. Like, how the fuck? It's good, like just how did they not get like spotted by lookouts? Like how the fuck would they get past Stannis'
Speed Force.
Well,
Yeah,
Stannis
Speed
was
Force.
like,
No.
so either they were asleep or they were consorting with the enemy. Either way, find out which one and hang 'em.
Yeah, no, but they're still fucking dumb. They got right into the fucking camp.
You got right into the fucking camp.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's that's Ramsay's plot armor for you, as always.
And the fact that the tents just spontaneously combusted when there was like none of Ramsay's 20 good men around. There was literally no one there. There was no one there around the tent.
A
The
wizard
tent just
did it.
burst into flame. Like
A wizard did it.
just
They had a remote detonator. Benjen came from the future to give them a detonator.
You mean Dario?
Yeah.
Does that mean that Benjen doesn't want Stannis to win? Who knows?
Neither does
Benjen's the
Dario.
Night's King. Why would he want the king who cared to survive?
it's not the king of
The
Curd.
tinfoil is actually beginning to make my head fucking hurt right now.
Oh, it's
Wow.
never tinfoil when D&D are
Anyway,
around.
as the Stannis fan here, I'd like to say that up to that point, when Stannis just says, hang the watchman and butcher the dead horses for meat, I really like that. That was Stannis back there.
Yeah.
Just very
It wasn't
pragmatic,
character.
very straight to the point. Just
I don't agree that he'd hang them. Like he
I don't
find
remember
out-
it correctly. I focused on the big rape scene, but
I mean,
he wanted them punished. No,
he'd have him punished, but I don't think he'd have him hung. Like
Hanged.
Fuck you. I know you're right, but fuck you.
Grammar master race.
I don't think he'd have hanged his. Like, it seemed a very villain thing to do. It was just like, I don't give a shit what happened. Like, whatever your excuses are.
He
Hang
murders
him.
his daughter and you're complaining that he hangs his incompetent men.
I'm sorry, but if someone just fails to do their job like this, and your cam gets torched by
Then
20
you like
good
take
men,
out the eye. Then you take an eye.
Man.
You take one of the eye. You
But
take an
no
eye.
one could stop 20 good men. Stannis himself couldn't stop 20 good men, so he shouldn't be taking it out on his officers.
Well,
What about-
I mean, that's what I said
What
about
about
the-
10 brilliant men?
10 brilliant men are nothing next to 20 good men. 20 good men. Didn't you see the battle between 20 good men and
40 good
Valerian?
men can do anything.
Valerian the Black Dread versus 20 good men. Like, who do
20
you
good men
think
can get
wins?
anything done.
It's really
20
good.
good men could kill Cthulhu.
I mean, because I was questioning why Stannis needed a fucking bone blade, but yeah, I figured out it's because
Okay, wait, Mckraken. Okay. 20 good men can spontaneously combust tents, but do they know why kids like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
God damn it. I actually thought that the Skype call crashed from that joke.
Yeah, like, it was already a shit joke. Tim, you were saying.
Why couldn't
continue.
Stannis recruit
Shut the fuck up,
20
Mckraken,
good
let
men
Tim
of his
talk.
own?
No, like the reason why he needed to burn Shireen, I figured this out because I was wondering why he needed to do it at the time. It's because he needed to get rid of Ramsay's superpowers.
Yeah.
Like the 20 good men, like he needed to strip them of their power, and he needed to strip Ramsay's power to have.
Why couldn't you have just used kryptonite?
So,
It does Kryptonite has
slaying breakspot armor.
yeah.
Okay, let's
But why
let's do
can't
more-
Stannis have 20 good men of his own go after Ramsay's 20 good men?
This is
Because that'd be a stalemate. They'd be fighting for the rest of time.
Ramsay.
But what qualifies 20 good men as 20 good men? Does their leader just have to refer to them as 20?
I don't know. Yara's or Ash's fucking 50 of the best killers from Iron Islands didn't do much, so...
Yeah.
That's because there was 50. If it was 20 Ironborn, they would have taken it over.
She said best killers, not 50 best killers.
Yeah,
not
but they
50
weren't good men, they were best killers. No, they were... Who have you sending to take over the camp? Top men. Who? Top men. Please tell me someone gets the reference.
In the pit, like how many Unsullied were with Daenerys combined with Jorah, Dario, and Tyrion? Like
I did
it
that.
total, it must have
19.
totaled. Yeah, it was probably 19. And then since Daenerys says herself, "But we are not men," it's 19 good men, and so they get their asses kicked by the Sons of the Harpy. But if there was one more man working with them, if Histar hadn't died, they would have had 20 good men, and they would have
Wait, is Histar a
turned back
good
the
man?
assault.
Good man, sir.
No.
For you.
That's because Grey Worm doesn't have a dick.
That's
why they
all I
lost?
can say. Sorry.
Wait, but the Unsullied don't count as men, so technically it's just like 3 good men.
Shit.
Is
Oh,
are 3
fascinating.
good men better than 20 good men?
No.
What about 3 of the best killers from the Ironborn? Are they better than 20 good men?
Even if your 3 good men consisted of Benjen, Stark, Euron Greyjoy, and Dario and Daenerys, they would still lose to
But
20
that's
good
just
men.
But
Give a single
that's
man.
one person. That's one person.
So does that mean that Benjen Stark can be 20 good men on his own?
Okay, yeah, I feel like this has gone on long enough. Like,
No,
enough
you
of
haven't
these
answered the
good men
question yet.
jokes.
Who would win, 20 good men or the Doom of Valeria?
The Doom of Valeric, it's a fucking lot. It's a fucking volcano.
Jet fuel can't melt 20 good men.
Okay.
20 good men did 9/11.
Oh, wow.
Wow, it's a good thing Malcolm's not on this podcast.
Moving on to...
Did anybody hear
getting-
the sound bit?
what Tim just said.
Nah, hold up, I got it.
20 good men crashed CIA's plane.
I forgot how
Okay.
ominous the music was. Like
Fucking Raiders
after,
of the Lost Ark.
yeah.
Wait,
I'm trying to move this on. I'm just gonna.
no,
I'm
wait.
just gonna do
I
it.
just have another question
Alright.
about 20 Good Men.
Oh God, with
absolutely
the 20
not.
good
Fuck
If we're
men.
off,
talking about
Mckraken.
politics and you're a
Mckraken.
political leader, if you have 20 good men voting for you, is that enough to get you in the
No,
power?
absolutely not. That's not how our political systems work in Europe. Okay.
Fucking
Nigel
moving on.
Farage
communist.
had 20 good men and he didn't win shit.
You communist shit.
Moving.
I had 20 good men, and do you see Bill Clinton in the White House? No.
Because you can't serve that many terms.
Says who?
20 good men.
20 good men.
Oh wow.
Not even 20 good men can give Phil some happiness.
No.
Polished
Grand old
man.
Boston of Bolton. He had 20 good men. He
The
marched
20
them
good
up to the
men
top of the hill and he
pleasures
marched them
Meryn.
down again.
You say 20
Then he
good
gave them
men.
all fire powers.
The 20
When
good
they
men
were up,
be
they were up.
too old for Sir Meryn.
Could Eobard Thawne fight 20 good men at the same time?
It would be fun.
Alright. We've been
Why are there
prolonging
7
this
members of the King's Guard, not 20?
20 good men. 7 great men. Or equivalent. Listen. I think that we've been prolonging our suffering
I
long enough.
don't think.
Some
I
would
don't-
say it was the reverse.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I think Devon's right. Fucking talk about it.
Can we just spend 20 more good minutes on this?
No,
it's
we
time
can't.
to dive balls deep into this.
Alright, okay. Without mentioning 20 good men.
Why didn't Stannis just burn 20 good men?
Without
20
mentioning 20 good men, Tim, give a rant on why this was fucking shit. I'm going to go around the room and you each get a, like... I'll say a minute.
How about
Why
20?
was this shit?
Well,
Tim.
oh, well, you
rant.
want me to begin? Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's fucked up. I've done a whole fucking rant on Noi, but it's fucked up Stannis completely, right? It makes no fucking sense for him to burn his only fucking heir to the crown. And for those of you saying, oh, well, Benioff said it, Martin said it happens in the fucking book, well, you know, they're fucking two different places. Stannis is in fucking Winterfell, near Winterfell, sorry, and Melisandre and Shireen are at the Wall, unless they're going to use little things that teleported from the show, or 20 good men, to get down. Like, how the fuck is Shireen going to get burned in the book? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense from Stannis' point of view, when he said, like, I will have no burnings, pray harder. And when he recently said to Justin Macy, well, in Bravos, if you hear I'm dead, then you will avenge me and seat my daughter on the throne. It makes no fucking sense from Stannis' point of view to do that now. He has to have some kind of development in the book to actually get to that point. And he's not at that stage in the book.
Devon, anything you want to add?
Well, you know, it just makes no sense that they spend all this time building up Stannis' character to be this loving father figure. When they seem to have done it, I guess, for shock factor, but they forget that motivations are involved in a character. So it goes on the same coin with Selyse, and that the entire season they built up her as not giving a flying fuck about Shireen at all, and saying that she's a bad daughter.
And
all
now
this
some would
other-
say they're the reverse.
And now some would say that they are the reverse. And
They are. They literally are.
Selyse is the one that's collapsed and crying, but the men don't seem to care. The men, I guess, seem on board with it because they stop her. I guess
The
everyone's
men
like,
understand.
the 20 good men in the crowd there are,
No, I think there's like
Selyse.
a few
Mckraken, check your
thousand
timeline.
bad men.
Yeah, Stannis, have your say.
Ah,
Anything you want to
God,
add?
it's, well, where to start? It was fucking non-canon, no matter how much D&D want to say it was in the books, or it's going to be in the books. It was not in the books. Not this way. if Shireen burns, that's entirely possible. Melisandre is a crazy bitch, even in the books. It's possible, but it will never happen with Stannis' consent. I don't believe that. I don't believe Martin has written Stannis to be the character that he is, righteous and disapproving of R'hllor, just to say, okay, let's burn my daughter. Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't think it happens in the books. So basically what D&D did was, once again, take something George Martin said, twist it so it fits their narrative, and claim, oh yeah, it was in the books, we didn't do anything wrong. I don't feel there's any logic behind this, besides what? Shock value, which is basically the reason Barristan is dead, which is basically the reason everyone who isn't dead in the books is dead now.
Canon, Morghulis.
Yeah, fuck Canon, get money. Like,
Also,
I don't know, and can I continue a little longer than a minute, because...
feel free. I haven't actually been timing them.
Okay, well, I mean, this was especially hard for me, as a Stannis fan, because I've been a fan of him, like, for 3 years now, and now I just look at it and, holy fucking shit, what is happening? I literally wanted to strangle him in that scene, because, and when I think how far we've come in the fandom, like, people actually started supporting Stannis as the one true king, and actually saying that he's not the evil man who burns people because he likes to get off on it, and now we're just back where we were. Like, they've kept building him up the last 2 seasons only to drop him down like this, and I feel that it was done for shock value. It was absolutely disgusting, and just, well, I at least hope that Shireen's burning revokes Ramsay's magical powers. That's all I can hope for at the moment, and I'm devastated. Utterly. Rest in peace, Stannis.
Rest in peace, Stannis Baratheon's character.
Have we had Mckraken yet, or we didn't?
I was gonna leave Mckraken to last, because I feel like his will be the most entertaining.
Rip and Pep.
There's nothing much more I can add to what people haven't already said, but it's just so disappointing to see that the Stannis we saw in episode 4 of this season was, like, that scene nearly made me fucking cry, and to have that level torn down because they wanted to burn a kid on the show to give some shock factor and up the controversy is fucking disgusting.
I agree completely.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, jokes aside, it's just really fucking depressing.
I mean,
Game of Thrones has become this cesspit of fan fiction.
Well, if I can just add to that, I mean, well, I said, because I mainly talked about the books there, which is what I was surprised, but, like, they haven't developed him. They've developed, like, he's more...
We can't hear you, Tim. Speak, your mic's screwing up.
Sorry, he's more, fucking ambiguous, morally ambiguous on the show. Oh, sorry, he's more evil. I'll say he's more dark on the show.
Yeah.
He actually burns non-believers. But they hadn't developed him into the point where he was willing to burn his own daughter on the show. Especially, like, after 2 episodes ago, he said, oh no, I'm not going to burn Shireen, fuck off. And then in episode 4 of this season, he's like, oh, I told everyone who said that you should go to the Stone Men to fuck off because you're my daughter.
And then he said, April Fools.
And so, like, it's for just a little minor setback of, like, a few dead horses and the fact that it's cold and that his men are hungry. This is the man who, like, in Storm's End, who didn't surrender when he was down to fucking rats and bootlegger. So,
yeah.
It's for him to burn his only heir. After that, it doesn't make any logical sense. Like, they haven't developed him to that point on the show, or he's not at that point in the books either.
He didn't want to keep beating a dead horse.
But
Shut up, Mckraken.
Although, to add a little reverse, like, I did actually, like, when he said, like, forgive me to Shireen, like, in the last bit, like, I did actually say out loud, but to me, you've been dead for centuries, just because I knew it was coming.
Oh, wow.
I just, like, you know, I've got to ease the pain with some fucking humour here.
We understand.
That's where my roast came from.
Yeah, like, everyone in this podcast despises what has happened.
But,
levity helps, but
let's do Mckraken.
and yeah, I think now we unleash the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
I think everyone else just sit back and enjoy the show. Hopefully,
Fuck it and fuck.
You're not a Kraken, you can't
if
lie.
you're not there, you tentacled fuck.
Did he
I'm
just
gonna get
leave?
Really mad.
Did he just drop out?
I don't know. Is
No, he's still here. Kraken.
Mckraken!
Yeah, fucking hell, he just dropped out.
Useless Canadian pest.
That's really fucking annoying.
That's just rude.
Alright, let's just...
Alright, folks. Good night.
No, he's back. He's back. He's back.
Alright, Mckraken.
Kraken.
Mckraken, you tentacle piece of shit, come here and say
No,
what you
okay.
think.
Tentacle
Right.
fuck.
No, wait, well, he'll probably be back in a second. Hold on. No, let's shoot.
He's
Let's just...
gathering
If
20
there's
good
a
men.
break, just fucking cut this little bit out and edit it in or something.
It'll be seamless.
Right, let's talk about the promo for next episode and wait until... And see if we can wait till Mckraken comes back and hopefully he'll...
Mckraken comes back and...
Yeah.
So,
Right, so...
I'm sorry.
Next episode.
Oh wait, Mckraken's here.
Mckraken is back.
I'm sorry that I've been gone for centuries.
Right,
God.
go on. Fucking rant about this.
Ryan, about this, just give us a good 3 minutes.
Just give a bit of a prologue. I'm starting to wonder if maybe we shouldn't be blaming D&D for this. And no, I'm not saying we should blame Martin, and I'm going to get to that in a second because that's sort of the main thing that's on my mind, but I honestly feel like I'd rather blame Alex Graves for this. And this is because D&D, during the summer on break, were like, how can we come up with more ways to ruin Stannis as a character? Oh hey, what about that popular theory where Shireen gets burned? Why don't we make Stannis burn Shireen instead of Melisandre or Slice?
Melisandre.
But then, wait, he would never consent to that. That's against his character. And suddenly Alex Graves walks up, puts his hand on both their shoulder, rubs up on them and whispers, "It became consensual." And then they, like a light bulb that flickered over their heads, they just had this brilliant idea. But now I'll try and refrain from humor or profanity, because when I'm honest, I am pretty disgusted and upset about this scene. So, I mean, at this point, all of you have pretty much said this, but it's completely against his character. Time and time again in the books, he makes comments like, half my army is made up of non-believers. There will be no burnings. Pray harder. And then he says, should I die, you will make sure Shireen will be my heir, and you will do everything in your power to get her on the Iron Throne or die in the attempt. How is it that a man like that, who isn't even a religious fanatic in the books, who doesn't burn people because they're infidels, he burns people who are already sentenced to death as a way to walk a line between being religious and not being too religious? How is it that a man like that would just have his daughter murdered just because somehow Ramsay managed to take down his army with a small amount of soldiers? And it's pathetic and it's disgusting. It really is just shock value at this point, and trying to twist his character once again. The scene itself was, I don't know, I was pretty disturbed by it, like how Shireen just kept screaming and screaming. But there's really not much I can say. I'm still startled by the fact that this is actually happening, and here we are actually talking about it. It's D&D are really sinking to new lows every day. They exceed my expectations, and then they go beyond them. They're disgusting at this point. All they seem to care about is shock value and money, and just spinning the story in their personal view. And really, I just hope that they get fired eventually, even though that won't happen, because they're really wrecking this story and assassinating characters. And we'll just finally get to the fact that you have all these people defending them, saying, oh, Martin said that Shireen gets burned in the books, therefore this wasn't fan fiction and they didn't actually ruin the books. Well, to those idiots I want to say, have you considered the fact that in Winds of Winter, Stannis is on the verge of reaching Winterfell? He is leagues and leagues and leagues away from the wall. How on earth is he just going to get back to Castle Black and have Shireen killed. How is he gonna just turn around completely and suddenly become a fanatic who wants his daughter burned? Or how about the fact that Shireen's not even with them? She's at Castle Black, and she's alone with Melisandre as company. The fact is, it's much more likely that the Red Woman would burn Shireen for her own reasons. And then some people do argue, like some guy on the page was arguing, oh, Stannis, I think Stannis is under Melisandre's spell, so she could just have him consent to having Shireen burned. He's not, he is not being mind-controlled by the Red Woman, if that's what some people think. That is complete crap. His character would never do a thing like this, and even if his character wanted to, unless he sent out a raven, which would have to happen pretty quickly because the battle's about to start of this novel, and he may very well die in it. So he would have to change pretty quickly, and he would have to somehow make it to the wall to do this. So even if he wanted to, it would be really difficult for him to accomplish this. It's against his character, it doesn't make sense. It is total, unforgivable, and disgusting fanfiction. So thanks, D&D. You redefine the meaning of pathetic each day.
Hashtag not my Stannis.
You did that without any swearing. There was a lot less swearing than I expected.
Yeah, I was kind of half expecting, half hoping for a rage-filled rant.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not able to do that at the moment.
ah well.
We understand you.
But is it just you've reached that level of just pissed offness that you're...
Alright, so
I actually can't at the moment.
we've had... Malcolm has only just shown up. Malcolm, you there?
Yes, I am.
Alright, can you give us your thoughts on the Stannis scene? Give us a little...
It was
few minutes
bullshit.
Alright, why was it bullshit?
Yeah, give us a minute or two, a few minutes rant if you want. Rant, I don't know.
Right now, I'm still more pissed off at the fact that I had to hunt down my computer. But as far as Stannis, it was...
You should have had 20 good men help you find it.
I needed them, damn it. I need to go kick some bitch's ass for stealing.
Oh, why did Malcolm get here?
I've been here
He just
for
did.
like 10 seconds.
Centuries.
Malcolm, can you make an event on Facebook?
Are we
when
still
you've
doing the
arrested
podcast?
20 good men?
Yeah, we are, Devin. He just showed up really
I zoned
late.
out real hard for a second there.
Wow. What were you
Malcolm.
saying?
Malcolm on the Stannis. Oh, sorry.
Mckraken.
Can you just make it because when the day comes that you have arrested 20 good men, can you make it an event on your page?
I will do that.
Thank you.
2 of them's already done, if that counts.
Alright.
But
Malcolm.
thoughts, I thought it was complete bullshit. Whether or not it's going to really happen in the books doesn't really matter anymore. The fact that in the previous episode with him and Shireen, where he pretty much, had that moment of, I don't even know what you want to call it,
Tenderness?
love, I guess, if you can say Stannis loves anything. It just completely contradicted that altogether, and it's as if he's given in completely to Melisandre, and it's just stupid. I'm at a loss of words for it. And the fact that he did that because of Ramsay's ass going into his camp and destroying all their supplies with no one seeing them at all, whether they know the North or not, you're not gonna... 21 people is not gonna waltz through a army camp. By no means.
Yeah.
But they were 20 good men.
There's
was
20
some
good
of
men
them
who
may
go
be
piss off
brilliant.
somewhere.
A sentiment I think many of us can mirror.
I
Right.
felt that it completely killed Stannis in everyone's eyes, and for the show watchers who already don't really care for him, it really dooms his character.
Actually,
It's turned a lot of people
I
off
don't
Stannis.
think so necessarily. Considering this is the show watching crowd we're talking about, I'm sure if they just glorified him in season 6 and had him killing Freys and avenging Starks, he'd become the new Daenerys.
I don't see it.
Honestly, I mean, well,
You can't forgive him burning his daughter while she's sitting there begging.
that's the thing. I've seen loads of people, and a lot of people, they're not a minority, say that they're now backing Ramsay in the Battle for Winterfell because of last episode.
So they're now backing someone who they condemned before for raping and everything he did to Sansa, and who flays people and all the torture he did to Theon, whether he deserved it or not.
Sansa's last month news. They move on quickly.
It seems
Not wrong.
so.
You aren't wrong, which is quite depressing, but you aren't wrong.
It just kind of undermines, in my opinion, Stannis, his character.
Entirely.
I just wanted to add to that. Or, sorry, you
see-
want to continue?
Yeah, I was still kind of going. I'm
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
just letting it roll as it comes to mind. Like in the books, where he was actually going to burn, I think, if I think I remember his name right, Edric? The bastard of Robert or whatever?
Yeah.
Storm. Yeah.
That's one thing. I could see that, because no one really gives a shit. He's a bastard, whatever. But his own daughter is a little far.
The problem is, Edric, he actually is reluctant to do that. He says, I must do it, but I do not like it more than you do, Davos. And he's actually kind of relieved that Davos lets Edric go.
What
Because...
about when he threatens to kill Melisandre if nothing comes of Edric's sacrifice?
Yeah, precisely.
Although,
There you go.
if you look at...
You were saying?
If you just look at... Because for Edric, he was saying, like, what's one life against an entire kingdom, that it was just, ends justify the means, sort of. He was saying, like, why not sacrifice one life to save many? And people have suggested that, like, because he still sees himself as being the only person to save Westeros, and in his mind, he can't afford to lose to Ramsay. So they say that he's sacrificing his daughter to save Westeros. But the problem with it is, it's not like sacrificing her saves Westeros, it's just that it could possibly keep him from being destroyed by the Boltons, but it's not like it would actually save Westeros, it just possibly keeps his army from being completely crushed.
Yeah.
Like...
Really quickly, do y'all mind doing like a really, really, really brief recap on what y'all have discussed? I'm pretty sure everything...
I don't think we could.
Well, we
Yeah,
discussed
we
20 good
basically
men,
said
and whether
most of
20
the
good
shit.
men can beat the fucking legend,
And whether
and
20 good men can melt steel beams.
true. And if
Yeah,
10 perfect
basically
men...
the entire podcast was 20 good men.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So y'all haven't
That's also
discussed
shit
anything else
jokes,
at all?
We talked
We
about,
have. We
we
discussed
talked about 20
everything
good men
else.
for 20 good minutes.
What about for
Yeah.
episode 20, we have 20-man podcast?
No,
Yes.
absolutely not.
Yes.
Yes.
Do it.
I can. You know what? I'm actually back him on that. I say yes.
For 20 good
Fuck
men.
you all. Alright.
We do it as a bonus,
We've run on
non-canon.
for a pretty long time now, so I think we're heading to wrapping this up, unless anyone has got
Um,
anything absolutely crucial they want to add.
No.
I think I did have one. Oh yeah, I had one more thing to add.
Yeah.
Because I
Then
forgot
fucking hurry
I
up
forgot
with
to
it.
say this about just with the Stannis thing, but even if he in the book actually just turns around completely and becomes this daughter murdering guy, what about the fact on the show that they just set him up as like all caring and all those scenes, those few scenes he has with Shireen? It's still, even if that's the case in the book, they still
It's
completely
inconsistent with its own logic.
just complete inconsistency. It's like a paradox within his character. So even if he does do that exactly like they scripted in the show, if it's true and not fan fiction, they still screwed up the moment in the season by messing up his character with typical inconsistency in their writing. That's all.
What did y'all say
Thanks,
about
D&D.
Elise and her turnaround?
Celise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Celise.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
a
even worse.
complete reversal of how the character should act, was, I think, the consensus we reached.
Because wasn't she actually suggesting and going along with the whole burning of her
Yeah,
Yep.
right up until
in the
end.
books and in the show?
No, she was
With Benioff.
suggesting.
Benioff and Weiss in the Inside the Episode said that it was because, like, she finally realized it was her daughter, which I don't buy, because, like,
Yeah.
Celise is a fanatic and an extremist. That's not, even that wouldn't.
What about when she was advocating having her daughter beaten and stuff, and
Precisely.
learn to
Yeah.
respect the Lord of Light?
Precisely that. Right.
How do
I
y'all
would
see in
discuss
the show version of Stannis when Davos finally comes back?
I don't want to think about like the future of this show right now.
Is Davos gonna go after Rickon?
The show
No,
has no
you need to go
future. It
after
needs a fucking
Stannis.
singularity.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna. I think we're gonna see Brienne and Podrick run into Davos. I think that's, and then they'll probably run into Sansa or something. I don't know. And
Who
that's how
knows
they'll.
D&D fanfiction lab?
Yeah, like no one knows what the fuck's gonna happen in this show.
Their goals are beyond our understanding.
Precisely.
But yeah, like,
Right.
we have something special at the end of this episode.
I am currently in the process of making it. I don't know if I'll have it finished by the time this goes up. It'll either be tagged onto the end, or it'll be uploaded as a separate video, or it'll be uploaded as a separate video anyway. But whether it's tagged onto the end is up to whether I finish it in time.
I want to say, he was the one true king. I trusted in him, I believed in him. They murdered him, right in front of my eyes.
You raped her, murdered her, you killed his child.
Yeah, they just took him and fucking murdered him, and he was the good. Like, how the hell am I supposed to justify my Stannis love to show normies now?
Precisely.
Yeah, I don't really see that. One thing, just to touch on something that bothered me with this episode was the result in the pit of Hisdar. What did y'all-
Yeah, I thought they just murdered him.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
Like-
Did he actually be shown dead? Because nothing actually.
He got like
stabbed him
5
in the
stab
chest.
wounds to the chest.
I'm pretty
That's
sure he
dead.
is. I'm just saying, it's some crazy random happenstance. Everyone else can survive stupid shit. The ones who don't matter.
I mean, maybe if they want to pull like oh shit, he really is the bad guy, and like it was just a wooden
Some really
board.
cliche, stupid.
Yeah,
But
some
anyway.
real stupid fantasy bullshit.
Should we sign off now?
I think we sign off now. I would say we talk about the promo for the next episode, but no. Like, I'm too
Wait,
depressed about
It's
the
about
future
a
of
minute
this
of
show.
silence for Stannis.
We do
And
need to
haven't
talk
seen
about the
the
prologue
promo.
for the next episode.
We
No,
already
we don't.
kind of did
It's
a little
gonna-
bit, and I'm already a half hour late for the plans that I made.
Alright.
We'll just talk about the episode. Whatever.
Well, yeah,
I've
too
been
depressed.
reversed him, and now his grace's watch has ended. Goodbye. I
Devin,
see you sign off.
His watch hasn't really ended. He defiled himself.
Shut up.
Devin, say goodbye.
Goodbye!
Stannis.
I'm Bill Clinton, formerly known as Stannis, the man who used to be the one true king, and goodbye, rest in peace, King Stannis.
Mckraken.
It's been a pretty disappointing episode. I'm scared to see what they're going to do for episode 10, but I'll also watch that so that I can be prepared for next week. And I wish all of you watching this and all of you participating in this good luck in recovering your psyche, because you only have a week to prepare your anus for the finale. So, goodbye and good luck.
Malcolm.
Well, it's been a pleasure for the short little time I was here. Sorry I was late.
Yes.
I was trying to find stolen objects. This is Malcolm, Geralt of Rivia, Witcher, Oberyn Martell, Rhaegar, all those good things. Goodbye.
And I have been Philip Donnelly. I am at a loss for words. Rest in peace, sweet king.
Shireen.
And sweet princess. Rest in peace.